Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering the Houston Rockets taking on the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round of the NBA playoffs. Before I get right into that, go ahead and make sure you're subscribed right now to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and debate with me each and every time you see the videos come out. Without further ado, we're getting right into the action. This is going to be one of the best second round series in the NBA playoffs. It's going to be a big-time offensive force that you see from both these teams. The Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers are pretty good offensively balanced teams. You look at at the amount of firepower on both sides, and it's like, man, this is crazy. When I'm looking at the coaching matchups, D'Antoni versus Frank Vogel, I'm thinking to myself, yes, offense wins basketball games, but defense wins championships. As good as the offensive set is for the Houston Rockets, as far as James Harden and Westbrook and Robert Covington and such, you have to look at both sides of the ball. So the Frank Vogel effect is coming in, where he's good enough on offense as a coach to get them to a certain level, but the defense carries them to a whole different level as far as his coaching goes. He's going to have them set up to where James Harden is going to maximize both ends of the floor. He's going to make Harden work on defense. They'll single him out. They'll make sure that he knows he can't hide on defense. And if you're Anthony Davis, you're going to have to focus on going in the paint on the offensive side of the ball, because they do not have anybody over 6'5", 6'6" on Houston. And I don't know why Oklahoma City Thunder didn't focus in on that more with Steven Adams and company. They got a couple of bigs that they could have thrown at Houston in the low post setting area. When you look at transition defense is going to be huge in this game, because James Harden and Houston thrive. That's where all those threes come in. That's where all those turnovers, where it may be a turnover and it's 1-on-2 or 1-on-3 for Houston side, and James Harden's pulling up from 30. He doesn't care. This team will shoot more threes in Houston than they will shoot twos. So they don't have any issues shooting threes or getting the ball moved around in Houston. But the little things, the role players for both these teams are going to have to come up huge. The trees for the Los Angeles Lakers, and what I mean by trees, I mean the Dwight Howard, the JaVale McGee, the Kyle Kuzma, the long defenders that can get up and down the court. They're going to have to play defense on this, because if you suffocate all the other supporting cast, not James Harden and Westbrook, because they're going to get theirs, they're going to show up on the stat sheet. But if you can limit the others, that's going to force James and company to have to play both sides of the ball, and then have to exert an excessive amount of energy to where their legs won't be as fresh. They won't have as much energy towards the end of the game. When you're looking at the player comparisons, I like LeBron versus James Harden. I like AD over Westbrook as far as just the star power of this. The role players, even though the Houston Rockets have role players that can shoot better threes, if this team comes out in the Lakers and they play great defense with Dwight and company, I think they'll be able to solidify their spot in the NBA Western Conference Finals. I'm picking the Los Angeles Lakers to win this series, and I'm picking them to win this series in 6 games or less. I just look at the breakdowns. You're going to have a tired Houston Rockets team that's been battling a pretty tremendous Oklahoma City Thunder overachieving team that got through to make the playoffs. And you're looking at what was exposed during that series. James Harden, even though he made a great play defensively the last play of the game, you're looking at, will he be able to play defense consistently in this series? The answer is probably no. So all you Rockets fans, all you Lakers fans, leave your comments in the comment section below. And also, don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You want to get the updates. You want to make sure you debate with me each and every week. You got something to say and want to be heard, feel free to put it in the comment section. We'll definitely make sure we acknowledge you. And as always, I want to thank you guys so very much for your support, and I look forward to bringing you more NBA playoff action. And until next time, my friends, be safe and be easy.